All right, well, hello everybody. Mr. Riddick, Superintendent. It is my pleasure to welcome everybody back to the 2021 school year. An exciting time, certainly unprecedented. Normally during this part of my speech, we would have this raucous event, right? We'd have Battle of the Bands, we'd have all this cheering and celebration going on, this loud music. We'd have balloons and banners, and we'd have campuses ready to deliver what might be their best song, right? Or their best representation for their spirit as we go through a round robin around and a whip around for all the schools. Bogarza might even get up on stage and perform another Eminem song for everybody if Lee were to win again. So this way, I'm coming to you in a different way. I want to share that we are maybe doing it just the way that we're delivering class, the way we've been delivering instruction, and just in a more personal way, right? It's just me and you. This is the monumental year, unlike any other that we've come across or I've come across. This generation that we're working with right now is coming into our classrooms. They have faced tremendous adversity. Countless challenges that have jumped out in front of them. You know, starting with 9/11 for the seniors who just left us during their birth and they're walking into school, to the number of school shootings that have happened, to confront them during their time, to dissuade them from moving forward, to bring out the challenges that our world needs today. Now we have COVID. It's right in front of them. They are in the midst of a pandemic. This generation I'm so proud of them. The resiliency, the tenacity they have to continue to fight through each and every one of those acts or actions has inspired me to stay with them on this journey. They've been able to now navigate these challenges, and they're able to do it because of you, because of our teachers, because of our staff, because of that caring word that comes from someone as they encounter whatever that trouble is. And that's going to be whether it is face-to-face or virtual like we're presenting right now. We have to be ready to adapt and face the challenge along with them. Elevate is our opportunity to have some time, some life and encouragement that we want to be able to breathe into each other. The celebration of Elevate allows us to navigate all those moving parts, right? From the moment that we walk in to the moment that we leave. It affords us this opportunity to really stand up and celebrate and really drive and move forward. I had to kick one of my production crew members and kick them out. What I want to know is that over the last 2 days that you've had an opportunity to enjoy over the 250 sessions presented by our teachers. One thing I know is that there is incredible talent that we have in our community, that there is incredible talent that we have within our district, and they're able to bring so much forward during this time. They offer their little pearls of wisdom, their knowledge, and their bits of information that they bring to students, that they can bring to us, that allow us to flourish and take back into our classrooms concepts and ideas that I know that we have, that we're ready. So welcome to Elevate 2021 Convocation and the start of our school year. So we've got just a little bit of time left, and that's my time with you. And this is the closing piece, and it's in the morning, so I'm expecting that everybody is fresh, that we're ready to launch out of this and get to this opportunity where we go next. So what I want to do is I want you to take time to focus on yourself, because I think that's highly important. We've been away from each other for a good little while. We've convened teachers at this point in time. It's a whole phase methodology that I'm thinking through that allows us to get one group together, and then we can build upon what that looks like. So what I'm going to ask is that you silence your cell phone. Mine's actually shooting the video. That you close your Facebook feed. that you tune in, that you lean in, and we get ready for what is this school year. Because guess what? This school year is happening. It starts August 19th. It starts in a virtual footprint. It allows us to engage learning in a different way. But what I don't want you to do is don't let it happen to you. Happen around you. What I want you to do is I want you to be a part of it. And being a part of it is starting now. You've engaged over the last several days with this opportunity to meet each other in your Google Classroom. You've had an opportunity to meet each other in the campus. And there are challenges that are going to continue and drive on without a doubt. And the little ones will come and big ones will come. Much like what our students have gone through, we are going to go through as well. So it's going to be important that you focus on yourself, you focus on the moment, you think about the speakers that we've had previously that have talked to us through Elevate, and we get ready to launch what this could be. The theme for this year is Outteach, Outlearn, and Outlast. That's Outteach, Outlearn, Outlast. I want to address each of these as we launch into this 2020-2021 school year. And yes, this is a play on Survivor, because guess what? Much like our kids have gone through it, we're going through it. And I've always spoken to Midland being an island in a desert. It goes right along with that. But we're going to do it in a very different way on Survivor. We're not going to simply just survive this year. We're better than just surviving, because as Midlanders, as individuals who have deep-rooted, powerful belief around a number of things, we have to be at the forefront. We need to lead, we need to innovate, and if anything, we need to set the example. Along with that, we know that this year, like many others, is going to be, very similar and very different. This year across the United States, we're going to see 3.8 million new babies being born. We have staff members who will contribute to that right now. We're going to see 1.5 million first graders ride a bike for the very first time. We're going to see 4.2 million people get married. Congratulations to those who have. We're going to have 1.1 million people who will survive cancer. And shout out and congratulations to those who are watching right now that that's happened. There are people listening to this presentation who are experiencing these moments and many more. And those moments are absolutely moments of joy. Like I said, it's going to be a year like no other. This year, 2020, is going to bring something that's going to be very different in regards to all of those announcements that I just made, coupled with a new style of learning. But I want to tell you about another year. I want to tell you about another time. I want to tell you about in that year, guess what? God Bless America was written by Irving Berlin. The first woman joined the United States Marine Corps. Teenagers attended their first dance, had their first kiss. Kids were riding bicycles. People were battling cancer. People were being married. Babies were being born. The U.S. was in the throes of a pandemic, not unlike the one we're experiencing right now. It was a year like no other year during that time. Challenges had to be met, and back then they faced some questions that we do right now today. How do we deliver education? How do we deliver healthcare? How do we build a vaccine? How do we meet the communities where the communities need to be right now? Midlanders of 100 years ago faced the same challenges and opportunities we do right now. They showed grit, resolve, and caring for one another. They had to develop the next generation of learners who would lead the United States to the point of where we are right now. Through whatever unknown future challenges that were going to come, we're in it, would appear decades, 10 decades. Sound familiar? That year was 1918. And unlike 1918, thanks to technology, thanks to the innovation of what's transpired over 100 years, we're launching into an incredible new world where we're able to reach children like never before. Remember our why. The reason Midland ISD exists is not to place children into rows. It's what we saw 100 years ago. It's the opportunity for us to engage children with their elbow partners, collaboratively, whether it's an opportunity to be face-to-face, which is what we consider to be optimal, whether it be in pairs and triads and quads, or what we're in right now, whether it be virtual. It's about what we bring as educators to the experience. It's not what the experience brings to us. The reason why we exist is to empower children with opportunity, with ability to think, with voice. The opportunity to prepare themselves for a fulfilling and self-directed life that allows them to go conquer enormous challenges, ones we've yet to experience and ones we will not experience for who knows at what point in time. And we have the opportunity to give children learning opportunities that we could never before. Who would have thought 100 years ago that a teacher could be given to them virtually? Didn't think about it. We didn't need it. Clearly, we need it right now. I'll tell you about my daughter, Allie. I've always told you about her. And for those who are new, she's my oldest, 23 right now, an incredible learner. Her format for learning was, let's go 8:30 to 4:30. That was her learning time. She is in her best learning time at 8:30 at night. That's when her learning really kicks into gear. That's when she's thriving in her environment. Could never get credit for it though. It was enrichment. It would help her in the 8:30 to 4:30 time frame. But anything she did from 8:30 to 2:30 in the morning, there was not a credit opportunity that she could attain. Well, this is now different. We're now meeting learners where the learner is. It's not optimal for everybody. I'll tell you, first and foremost, you have to know your learner. And we've got nearly 27,000 of them. It's not optimal when we think about the little ones and how you embrace reading. It's not optimal for a student who might struggle through Algebra 1. And we're going to get to the point where we can engage with those kiddos where they need to be met. But for that other learner, certainly it is the environment that not only parents might want, but the student might want themselves. So we call that synchronous and asynchronous. And you've heard this term mentioned a number of times. When we all come together, much like right now, we are in this synchronous environment. We are connected, we are tied, we're on the same footprint. There's the asynchronous time as well, that can a student stay in? Can a student pick up their learning when they need to pick up the learning? If I'm able to record the information, can we dive into it? I think as students progress further and further along their learning pathway, they develop what their learning style is. We often talk about tactile, we often talk about visual, we talk about auditory, we talk about the ways that a student approaches, how we deliver it. There's another way that we never talk about, which is Do we do it on their time? And I think there's an opportunity for us to navigate that point as we move forward. We're able to address children where they are and attack our why. It's important. I think it's incredible. It's not optimal. We're flipping, in essence, the classroom. Parents are struggling with it and pulling their hair out. I guarantee it's frustrating. Keeps me up at night, kept me up again last night. Think about our staff members, think about our kids. I think about that little 4 and 5-year-old. I think about that senior. Think about the entire realm of all of our students for what this is doing to them right now today. I know, like you, we've not seen them for 6 months. It's not easy. It's not what we do. What we do is deliver and we embrace them. Students today still call me about what we did and how we engaged and how we learned in the classroom. Students today still call you. When you see parents, whether it be in the grocery store, whether you see parents that are out there, wherever you may encounter them, it's because of you. So of course things are happening out there that are just rocking our world right now. As educators, we are bombarded with a number of things, with our parents, with our community members. It's just rocking everyone. I mean, this is an ocean with 40-foot waves. But they're not the only things that are happening. We have to refocus our vision. We have to stay on our why, no matter what the delivery mechanism could be. This year has the potential to be positive. We've heard it. We've heard it from our previous speakers. It has the ability to be transformative. We could set our course as leaders for how we deliver what learning could look like. And it will include moments of pain and fear, and I guarantee it will include moments of joy. Recall Nikki Spears' Energy Bus? This year could be your best year yet, the best year. Daunting and everything that's coming in front of us and all the challenges that are rushing at us. Best year ever. But it's up to you, it's up to us on what we choose to focus on. It can be so easy to turn your glance away from the direction that I know we can meet as a challenge. The mind is incredibly powerful. It is an enormous and powerful piece of equipment, a piece that just allows us to do so many things. It has the ability to constantly reshape its own neural pathways. These pathways can be ones that direct our thoughts towards fear, towards competence, love, compassion, survivorship, and triumph. What a powerful, powerful tool. And this is what this year is all about. It's about out-teaching, out-learning, and outlasting all previous conceptions of what was possible. We will achieve these markers not in spite of COVID, but perhaps because of COVID. We will do more than simply survive. We will thrive, and we will learn, and we will do this by working together. There are many things that can throw us off our path as educators. I know I've experienced some in my own life, not only as a teacher, as a principal, as a superintendent, and I know you have too. I believe everybody's gone through it at some point in time. And if you haven't, just wait, it's coming. And how you address it's going to be critically important. We've had it. A student we can't reach. A personal setback. Maybe a dynamic that's on the campus that left you feeling powerless. Those things happen. That is a reality. But how we focus on how we handle them is what we do as educators. As we arrive to work every day, we have to commit to ourselves our ability to out-teach what we did yesterday. When times like these occur, you have to refocus. You came to this profession to show what you could do. You knew that you could do something that a number, millions of other people can't do. You change lives. You can't bring to that negative thinking. It is so easy. That in itself changes the life giver who changes lives. That's not why we're here. Certainly it could be something to focus on. You can focus on and you can clearly lose yourself there. You have to be able to focus on the why you became an educator. You have to go back and find that. You spent years learning, honing your craft, building on the art and the science of how learning is delivered to a student. You've learned more about how to teach a subject than 99% of everyone else who sat in a subject. You are the most incredible person. And teaching goes not just within the classroom. It goes with how we take care of things. It goes from the hallways, goes from the parking lot, goes into the cafeteria. We're all a part of this. That's the most incredible thing. As an organization, as a unit, as a building, as an individual. You can reach children like no one else. Whether it be in this format, or whether it be face-to-face, or whether it be a blend of both. You can reach children. It's about the want to, it's about the how to, it's about the why. That's why you're here. And that's why you're a part of this amazing MISD family. We've assembled the team. We're ready to battle what we're walking into. And trust me, it is not easy. But I would tell you, remembering your why, that student that you can change generations with, is powerful. It's how we do it. It's why we do it. Our mind, like I shared earlier, is a powerful tool. It focuses where we direct it to go. You can focus in on fear. You can focus in on the noise. You can focus in on the things that are designed to distract you. You can work to push those things back and center in when you're with that student. But you need to know, where have you been directing your mind lately? Again, Nikki Spears and Adam Sines spoke to us about this. We have the capability to direct where we need to direct it. Has your mind been directed towards reflecting on the power you hold or the power you may lose? Educators are the most powerful force on the planet. Without a doubt, there's no tool, the one that we're bringing each other together with right now, or any other that's going to be invented over the next century. There is no tool since the time of Aristotle to you that is better than an educator. No one can feel the compassion. These tools don't feel the compassion. It's just a tool. No one can deliver compassion. These tools don't deliver compassion. It's just a tool. It is the educator. It is that human compassion on, I'm going to get you to be able to deliver learning. That is the most incredible, most powerful tool. There is not one adult that I know that has not experienced that from a teacher. I can recall them in my head and think about the number of teachers that have impacted me. I can think about Coach Minzer and sitting in his English class in 10th and 11th grade. He had me for 2 years. I guarantee he did not want that to happen. But I guarantee that's why I became an English teacher. I can remember Mrs. Parrish's class, 6th grade. I can think of Miss Coggins in 2nd and 3rd grade. These are individuals that touched me and helped me shape why I wanted to go into this profession. There are a number of them that go into college and then beyond, and there are some I see every day. There are people who I call my hype people that allow me, when I walk in their classroom, boy, I'm just lifted because of what I see and what they do. You literally change lives. It happens in a moment, it happens over time, but I know one thing, it happens. I'm living proof. You're living proof about how your life may have been changed by a teacher. Not based on the tool that was used, but based on the compassion that came through from that life changer. And like your own mind, there are mental habits you have to develop. I have to develop. You have the power to make a child association with learning positive. And how you deliver it is how the child embraces what that learning is going to be like. If you deliver it with, "Good morning, everybody, welcome," it's not going to be lifted for a child to change. That is not life-changing. But if it's like, "We are together, guys. I'm glad we're here. It is you and me for the next hour. We're going to make this one incredible trip." Now you got the attention. Now you're becoming the life changer. Now you have the power to change a child, make a child, associate with a child, and make learning possible and make learning positive. No matter how that learning is delivered, our theme for Elevate this year still goes back to survival. It's about out-teaching, out-learning, outlast. And that is exactly what I'm going to be asking from each and every one of you this year. As we are on the island, as we are part of this, as we've been brought together, this year is a chance to go beyond simply surviving. It is a chance again to thrive, to challenge and push ourselves, to do what you thought was impossible, to do what you thought to do to innovate and overcome, to be better today than you were yesterday, and better tomorrow than you are today. What are you bringing to that? This school year brings us opportunities like never before. With our one-to-one technology initiative, to put learning or teaching and with technology in hands so that students can navigate what that looks like. For teachers in Midland ISD, it's going to be a challenge. But how we approach it is going to be very different. Here you see a meeting that was held, that we held as a team, 175 members together, navigating what this learning was going to be like. We have the power to revolutionize what we deliver for education. We have the power to revolutionize how we teach. This is what I'm asking you to center your focus on. Those of you who have been in the district the past several years have heard me speak about from the very beginning of the 21st century. We're now 20 years into that. And well, folks, for 2020, it is now to mark the sand. It is now our time to be able to help our community be able to deliver. And clearly, the 21st century has arrived. There are some that are going to be fearful because what we've done and how we've always done it, it's been okay. There are some that are going to charge forward and be the early adopters and plant their flag in the ground. And they're going to be everything in between. And the one constant will be kids along the way. We have to be ready so when our kids come back into our building, when our parents feel confident that everything all around them is coming down, that they have the ability to entrust that their students are in a safe place, and we can make it happen in that environment as well as the one that we're in right now. Technology will never and can never replace you as a teacher, as a staff member. Because that's not what it's designed to do. It is a tool that helps enhance where you're going. And we have to educate ourselves on its use. I hope that this year's Elevate has left you feeling more confident in the instructional medium. It is one, I believe, that is here to stay. So please lean into the discomfort. Lean in, breathe, because it's going to be a challenge. We don't know everything. You're gonna go, oh my gosh, how come they didn't think about that? Oh my gosh, where is this? Oh my gosh, why isn't this working? Oh my gosh, I can't believe, where is this extra tool? You have to be able to lean into all that discomfort, because it's gonna be a challenge for me, for you, for everyone. But that's what learning is. It's about being able to take what that challenge is, wrap it, and do something with it so that we can get better. Let's not forget about what I talked about early on, months ago, humility and grace. We're all learners in this. This is very new for us. And it takes that individual who wants to be a learner to be able to adapt. The 2021 school year gives us this opportunity to take our teaching to a whole nother level. Now is the time to master things like Screencastify, Flipgrid. Pick one or two programs you want to get really good at, that you think this could really help change the life and learning of one of my students. Now is the time to instruct your students to go outside, observe nature, listen, watch. Watch the world around you that we may have forgotten about for some time. It's the time to do it during your science lab, during PE. It's a time to say, how do we think about this when we all convene back together again so we don't lose that? We want to give them this visual, this tactile, this auditory material of classrooms to engage them in learning in ways that doesn't change and doesn't take them in a way that closes them up. We don't want them to be confined around the four walls or just caught up onto a device and their screen time going off the charts. It's not what we want to do. We want to combine them to rows. We want to give them knowledge, no matter what the platform may be. We can out-teach a dated mindset. I know that for certain. And I know that you can. Let's teach from a place of wonder and inspiration. Let's be good learners first, including myself. And teachers, I hear you. I know there's been some of you asking, where's the learning? We want to do the learning like right now. There are days it feels like impossible. Like I may never see my student. It's not going to be the case. I guarantee it. There are days where it feels possible, like I will see my student. And I know when we come together, it will be like this. It is my expectation that every single person listening right now, nearly all 3,000 of us, are learning and changing how we deliver education. We've had time to reflect on ourselves and build ourselves to this new way of approaching learning for ourselves and for our students this fall, whether it be virtually or face-to-face. We should be better. The opposite of growing, for my science people, dying. And our kids cannot allow their learning to die on the vine. They can't afford it to become irrelevant. You know, let's be Insta or Gram, but not MySpace. For you younger guys, you got to lean into someone else to know more about MySpace. Let's be Spotify and not Napster. Two unique bridging platforms, MySpace and Napster, became irrelevant. They lost whatever their platform may be for a variety of reasons, and something else emerged out of it. I will tell you, our kids are counting on us. I'm counting on us. Think about how much we've learned since March alone. Not even a year ago, most of us learned how to set up a Google Classroom for the very first time, self-included. There were some early adopters, and thank you guys for the early adopters that ran out and planted your flag and helped us get to where you were. And I sincerely appreciate those who blazed that trail. We've had to learn how to log into things, such as our Hangout right now, or the streaming. I bet 6 months ago, many of us have never even participated in a Hangout. If you did, that is what you call sitting on the couch with your friend, right? Let's hang out. It meant something entirely different. It is a new platform on how we're bridging our learning. We can learn to navigate new teaching tools. We've done it. There'll be more. There'll be new ones that come that we don't even know about today. And I know once we get familiar with them, we soar. We take it and we thrive. Our teachers do amazing things. It is no accident so many Region 18 Excellence in Education Award winners have come right here from our district. Individuals like Rebecca McWright, Tamlin Burrow, Rachel Ritchie. Shout out to these ladies. I mean, these are individuals who've been recognized out of our district. Teachers, assistant principals, and principals. Seek them out. They know something. They're in our buildings. They're walking our halls. They're on our screens. Ask them how they do what they do. There are so many more superstars in our district. So many more rising stars, bright stars. The sky is full of them. You know who they are. Find them. For all of us, let's ask for help, because I think that's what it comes down to. Let's ask for help when we need it. Let's learn to ask for help when we're struggling with our technology. When I'm a step behind and everyone else is a step ahead on whatever the platform or device may be being used. Let's also ask for some help when we need our own self-care. We have to take care of ourselves. We take care of each other. It's all we got. There will be those who are watching right now who say, we're not up for the task. We can't meet the challenge. I want to wait and see. But those who seek to criticize stand back from afar to make room for the trailblazers who are bridging the path, who understand the challenge and are doing whatever it takes to get through it. It's what it takes. It's what it takes if we're going to get better. It's what it takes if we're going to get through this challenge we're in right now. What are those people? Well, you know, what they do is outlast. Because the work you do does not have an end date, does not have a timestamp. It does not stop being impactful after 5 p.m. The work you do drives on and on and lingers on and on in yourself and in a student. The work you do touches hearts. It changes the trajectory of life. And that love and caring, that relentlessness, that tenacity that I spoke about earlier from our students to now to our teachers, you give to your students that allow them to survive the darkest of days, the most bleak of times, the most inspirational of moments. You deliver that. That's why you will outlast. So let's live this school year with the knowledge in our hearts and minds. Let's teach, learn, and live these days in a way that inspires our future generation. They need us. They need us today. Whether that need be in the moment that we're in right now, the moment that we come together, the need is there. I guarantee it. They're here and they're watching. Let's make this year like no other. I want you to have a great rest of your day. I want you to have an amazing, amazing school year. I look forward to seeing you on campus or in a hangout or in your Google Classroom as soon as possible. I look to us in the way that we lead in order to reach and teach, in order to teach, learn, and outlast everyone. I want to thank you for being part of the Midland ISD family. I want to thank you for sitting with me during this time. And I want us to celebrate and talk through all the things that are occurring. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being on the team. And let's get ready. Have a good rest of your day.